Every morning, before the sun fully stretched across the sky, a young boy named Arka would walk past a tall, winding hill on his way to school. The hill stood quietly at the edge of the village, covered in grass that shimmered when touched by light. At the top of the hill was a single tree, strong and patient, as if it had been waiting for something, or someone, for a very long time. Arka had always noticed that tree. He wondered what the world looked like from up there. He imagined the rooftops of his village becoming tiny squares, the river turning into a silver ribbon, and the sky feeling closer, like it could be touched. But every time he thought about climbing the hill, his steps slowed. The path looked steep, the climb looked long, and he always told himself that he would try another day. Days turned into weeks, and weeks quietly slipped into months. Arka stayed busy with schoolwork, chores, and helping his family. Sometimes he watched other children play near the bottom of the hill, but no one ever seemed to climb it. The hill became something familiar yet distant, like a dream that felt too big to begin. One afternoon, after a tiring day, Arka felt a quiet frustration inside him. He had tried to solve a difficult problem at school and failed. He had tried to carry something heavy at home and dropped it. Nothing seemed to go right. As he walked back home, his eyes drifted toward the hill again. For the first time, the hill did not just look tall, it looked like a challenge. Arka stopped walking. He stood there for a moment, feeling unsure, but also curious. The hill had not grown taller since yesterday. The path had not changed. The only thing that felt different was the thought in his mind. Instead of thinking about how hard the climb would be, he began to wonder what would happen if he simply took the first step. So he did.
The grass brushed against his legs as he moved forward. The ground was uneven, and his feet slipped once or twice. After only a short while, his breathing became heavier. The hill was not easy. It asked for effort, patience, and a willingness to keep going, even when the top was still far away. Arka paused halfway and looked back. The village already looked different. The houses were smaller, and the path he had walked so many times now seemed like a thin line behind him. He realized something quietly important. Even though he had not reached the top, he was no longer where he started. That thought gave him strength. He continued climbing. There were moments when he wanted to stop. His legs felt tired, and the top still seemed distant. But each step, no matter how small, brought him closer. The hill did not disappear all at once. It became shorter with every bit of effort he gave. Finally, after what felt like a long and meaningful journey, Arka reached the top. The tree stood just as he had imagined, steady, calm, and welcoming. The wind was gentler up there, and the world stretched wide in every direction. The village below looked peaceful. The river sparkled. The sky felt endless. Arka sat beneath the tree, catching his breath, but also feeling something new inside him. It was not just happiness. It was a quiet pride, the kind that grows when something once difficult becomes something finished. He understood then that the hill had never been impossible. It had simply been waiting for him to begin. As the sun slowly moved across the sky, Arka thought about all the times he had walked past the hill without trying. He realized that many things in life can look too big from far away, but when approached step by step, they change. They become something that can be faced, worked through, and eventually completed. From that day on, the hill was no longer just something he passed. It became a reminder that every big journey begins with a small step. A reminder that progress matters more than speed, and most importantly, a reminder that even when something feels difficult, it does not mean it cannot be done. Arka walked down the hill with lighter steps, carrying something invisible but powerful within him. The next morning, as he passed the hill again, he did not feel the same hesitation. He felt ready for whatever new hills might appear in his life.